need to see the poems in Accidental Joy. They're absolutely delightful. So if you're into poetry, it's a great one. So our last speaker here is a most interesting and accomplished author, Hardenberg-Carson. She's also known as Ute Maria Elizabeth Grafen von Hardenberg-Carson. Did I mess it up?
Yes.
Almost got it right. So, but I love that you have this grand name. Ute grew up in West Germany, and she attended the universities of Hamburg and Mainz. After immigrating to America, she completed a master's at the University of Rochester and taught college-level German language and literature, and also women's studies. She is an advanced clinical hypnotist. Is that right? Hypnotist?
Hypnotist. Mm-hmm.
And she's a world traveler that is now living in the Texas Hill Country, correct?
In Austin.
Oh, in Austin? You have horses in Austin? Oh my goodness. She lives with her husband and with 2 horses, and she's a real softie with a bunch of cats. She has 3 daughters and 5 grandchildren.
6 grandchildren.
6? Uh-oh, there's another one.
There's another one.
I knew it. 6. Those bios go out of date just like that. A writer from youth, Ute has published stories and essays for 26 years. Her novels include Colt Tailing in 2004, which was a finalist for the Peter Taylor Book Award, and In Transit in 2008. Her poetry collections include Just a Few Feathers in 2011, and My Gift to Life in 2014, which was nominated for a 2015 Pushcart Award. And Ute will be reading from Just a Few Feathers.
Yay,
Wonderful. Usually in my readings, I gather poems together under certain themes, like childhood, community, war and aging. And then I read the poems as if we're going through the journey of life. But I want to try something different tonight. And what I want to try is I want to take 2 poems with very different themes and put them together. Because I feel like in life there are always things that happen simultaneously. There's always a wedding and a funeral. And so I'm going to see how that works. Yes, you can speak. It's wonderful to have you next to me. So I'm going to start out with these, with Sweet Dreams for a Newborn, and following it by Moving to the Condo. Sweet dreams for a newborn. Since your fabulous arrival, my mind and body have shifted gears. I no longer wake at the twitter of birds, but adjust my days and nights to your nursing needs, marveling that I can sustain your life completely. Outside noises fade away as I listen to your sounds. Your cries signal hunger, discomfort, frustration. Your heartbeat pulsing 2 beats to my one, your breath's soft puffs, each one an affirmation. In sleep, your rosebud mouth crinkles into the tiniest smile, and I wonder what you dream of. Sweet milk, warm skin, or the faint flutter of a hummingbird. Now switching to Moving to the Condo. Moving to the condo. Why the heartache when comfort awaits us? No more heaving of storm shutters, no more sweat while mowing the lawn, and no shortness of breath, since there won't be stairs. But I will miss the gnarled rose bush planted 40 years ago, which still bears the occasional blossom. I will miss the graveside molehills covering cats, dogs, birds, even a turtle. I will miss the bathroom where my water broke with each birthing, and I will miss the ceiling in our bedroom where painted stars twinkle down. The years are sealed and secured in boxes. One last stroll through house and garden, I stub my toe in a broken down sandbox, and something catches my eye. A wishbone? When I kneel down, I spot an earth-worn wooden building block, then spool back time to when a child, which one, sat creating her world, one that was timeless, one that could never be moved. Again, 2 poems back to back, in praise of my mother's womb, and then followed by tender aging. In praise of my mother's womb, velveteen blood-paneled room, my first hideout, where noises and emotions beyond the walls reached me in whispered undulations, and the sound of my own heart pulsed in my ears. In the water of creation, I lulled and played like a dolphin, awash in amniotic pleasure. For 9 months, I lived in the ocean of plenty, blowing bubbles of bliss into the holy darkness, until one day I was swept on cresting waves onto the sun-baked shores of life, a wandering alien on dry land, followed by tender aging. Tender aging. Beneath the tough yellowed layers, the onion keeps its soft stripes, and my tears well up the deeper I peel. Our confidence remains fragile, always subject to change. Our knowledge fragments as we acquire more, and our feelings recoil with the first rain, as they did so many springs ago. But like a dove which coos its throaty calming sounds indefatigably each sunrise, we face the night horizon with the lyrics of smiles. Again, 2 things back to back. Put a kiss on a wish, and then despair. Put a kiss on a wish. My grandson Zachary pursues his fantasies as eagerly as he builds his toy castles. His honeyed voice incants, "Let's ride on the back of a camel through deserts all alone, escaping danger like a lizard by leaving parts of ourselves behind on a stone. Come with me through dark forests with a tiger as our guide. Let's fight pirates and smugglers. In perfumed fields of lilies we'll hide." His enthusiasm like pelting rain, while I fumble for my magic wand. He falls silent, his blue eyes smile, then he murmurs, "Let's put a kiss on our wishes." Resolved, a true magician, anything is possible under the tender spell of a kiss. And that's on the back of it, despair. Despair. It makes sense that when a child is born, somewhere a person dies, keeping the balance between life and death. But when I read that a young girl raped on the Turkish border carries her blind brother on her back through rubble and rain and then jumps with him from a sheer cliff, my sympathy for the suffering loses its mooring and flaps helplessly like a bird with a broken wing. Like that bird, I struggle to fly up once more to a branch, however brittle and fragile, to try to catch sight of hope again. Again, two things back to back. 41, Song of Autumn. I like the melody shifting season best. No longer the bursting greenness of summer, not yet the resigned hibernation of winter. It's fall that carries a magical tune, when the sky embraces the earth with one last ardent desire, and its desperate kisses ignite nature's most fervent colors, blood red, flame gold, orange. My heart too sings with the rhythm of creation, still finding a home there before its doors close against the voices of the cold. And stirring. Your depression is like a haunted house with all the windows facing in. You wander through the labyrinth, getting caught by ghosts and spider webs, while I stand at the entrance with the keys of my experience and cannot get in. Your body is frozen in silence, dead to my touch, your shoulders rounded into a bow, your muscles taut like strings. Only tremors, rippling across the backs of your hands, answer me. Your shaggy dog coiled up like you on the soiled mattress, his damn trusting eyes riveted on your every twitch, knows that sooner or later the spell will break, and he will be let out to play and run. I too wait, sitting in the lone chair, thinking. Getting tired of me, you ask? When hours later I take my leave and drive away, you stand in your front yard, lifting your right arm into the air, a jerky gesture like a puppet. I wave vigorously as if wiping fog off the window, until I round the next corner. Once, out of sight, I pull over, slump over the steering wheel, and weep. A colorful worn garment, and then comes to my last. A colorful, well-worn garment. My body is a beautifully spun tapestry in which I live in wonder. Moist and silky at birth, a tender web, then design singing out my youth in emerald green, fanciful orange. As my maturity blows in the summer breeze, I fondly stroke and smooth out pleats, noticing sparkling yellows and wild reds in the new richly patterned cloth. Through all my years, I have taken good care of my wrap. It can't be exchanged. As a fabric thins with aging, hems unravel, seams need stretching, I knot gems of humble wisdom into the folds, until at the end of life, as with all things perishable, I have to let go of my cherished garment, and with the scent of deep purple lilac dancing at my feet, my body is transformed into earth dust and flower seed, or fire and ash floating with the lightness of birds into a sapphire blue evening sky. I want to end with a poem that is here in my little book here, Folding Washing, one of my favorite poems that came out of a competition from the Willard Press. folding, washing. Grow old with me, the best is still to be. It's hard to believe that promise when aging's afflictions begin to weigh on us, the failing body, the forgetful mind. But if we are lucky, we'll have someone to fold washing with. Long sheets, needing 2 pairs of hands. Tugging, straightening, stretch right, pull to the left. The heart will not be deterred forever, yearning for a companion to share the ordinary with lightness as dusk descends. And I hope you will allow me an encore, because I have my 2 youngest grandchildren here, and actually the poem just came out in Great Britain in this little, I just got the copy, and it's called Time Stands Still, and it's dedicated to Caius and Lucas. New life flows through my tiny grandson, its course unknown to me. What I do know is the feeling of his warm body nestled against mine like a small animal, heart to heart. Rapid beats to my sluggish rhythms. And I know bliss, lying with his brother in grass as tall as our mount's manes, gently combed by an autumn breeze, frogs croaking in the shimmering algae on the pond, and him asking, can we stay here all day and swim? Thank you.